One go.
Okay. My name is Nolan Holloway. This is my introduction class, and I'm doing persuasive speech. Domestic violence is a rising problem here in our society in the U.S. Domestic violence is defined as a pattern of behavior used to establish power and control over another, usually using fear, intimidation, and it can lead to violence. Another term for domestic violence, or you may have heard, have been intimate partner violence, battering, relationship abuse, spousal abuse, and family violence. Women ages 18 to 34 are at the greatest risk in the U.S. for domestic violence. More than 4 million experience physical assault and rape by their partners. And in 2 out of 3 female homicides, females are killed by their family member or intimate partner. And it actually occurs more often than you think here in the U.S. Every 9 seconds, a woman is assaulted or raped in the U.S. And 1 in 4 women will experience this type of abuse. It may not be rape, or it could just be verbally assaulted in their lifetime. And since we're all men in here, it's not really a women's issue. It's a men's issue, because if you treat it as a women's issue, you're just going to ignore it. But really, most of domestic violence cases, usually it's the man who does the beating. So you need to treat it as a man's issue. It's men's wives, their mothers, sisters, daughters, whose lives have been limited by physical abuse. 1/3 of children custody cases in the U.S., 50% of those cases end up going back to the father who committed the domestic violence. And it really affects the children. Not just their family, but if they watch on TV, they see, for example, Ray Rice. I'm sure he had a lot of. We have one right here. He looked up to Ray Rice.
Yeah, I did.
And then, he comes out and he beat his girlfriend in an elevator. Just in March, New York Yankees closing pitcher Chapman beat his wife. Actually, no, he didn't. He fired a gun in an argument with her. Just fired it up in the air for no reason. It's not just them. It's not just you. It affects everything. It affects the organization you are in. So the NFL right now their reputation is going downhill, because there's cases that are coming out just on and on and on about domestic abuse. And it's your duty to step up and speak out. If you know somebody that's, maybe you have a friend that's doing this type of things, you need to stand up and speak out, get him help. We owe it to not only our future wives, our daughters, our future girlfriends, but we owe it to our sons. Because when we have our sons, they look up to you. They watch you. They become you to an extent. I see. You may not see it, but other people standing outside, you look so much like your dad. You walk like your dad. You talk like your dad. You actually pick up on his characteristics. More than 3 million children witness domestic violence in their homes every year. Children who live in homes where domestic violence also suffer abuse or neglect. Their rates are 30 to 60% of those. Children who are exposed to domestic abuse in their homes usually tend to have some health problems. Domestic violence, it's the 3rd leading cause of homelessness in the U.S. At least 1/3 of the families using the New York City's family shelter system are homeless because of domestic abuse, because they left their partner or their husband. And it can happen to anybody, no matter your gender, your race. Like Hope Solo, U.S. women's national team goalie, she beat her boyfriend. Usually it's men, but it can happen on both sides. And ways to help fight domestic violence, there's organizations that have started to take a stance, like the NCAA they teamed up with the White House to start the It's On Us campaign to promote awareness for campus sexual assaults on campus. And there are numerous websites where you can go and you can find out more information on how to, on domestic violence, how to stop it, how to help and how to donate, and just social media is huge. So, I mean, just retweeting something or posting information on Facebook can spread awareness to your friends, and then it creates a snowball effect. So, if, say I share something with my friend and his friend with another guy, and then it can just keep going and going and going. I mean, you need to tell somebody. If you know somebody, you need to tell somebody. If you know somebody who's doing it, you need to tell somebody. I mean, silence hides violence, right? And then here's another one. She's broken, but he's okay. The if I have a child and I beat my son, or if I beat my wife and my child sees it, he's gonna think it's okay. Since I do it, he does it, right? But the girl's broken, so you need to speak up in these cases. I mean, it truly is a men's issue. It doesn't just affect you as a man, but it affects every man around the world. Have you ever heard the phrase, typical girl high school, oh, I hate all boys. They're all the same. Have you ever heard that? Right? Yeah, it's because usually something bad happened to the girl, like she got cheated on, right? Or even got hit. So it not only gives you a bad rep, but it gives all men bad reps. I mean, you truly need to treat it like a men's issue. It's like it's your own personal issue, and if you treat it like that, then it'll help in the fight against domestic violence. Thanks.